How impressive is this, y'all? That is a pile of junk. I mean a pile. What that has to do with bass fishing? Well, and YouTube. I'll be right back, and we're gonna. Oh boy, I've been promising this one. This is just a start. We'll be right back. Not very old school. Actually, it's kind of horrible. So my channel is supposed to be a traditional bass fishing channel, which as far as bass fishing, we're going to leave that alone. That's what we pretty much do. Traditional, at least from my scope of being 61 years old. From the 70s on, I'm not going to say I'm a 50s traditional bass fisherman, although I own Dalton Specials. You all know what that means. So I promised this video almost, 6 months ago when I bought this camera right here. Trying to find camera that works better for me to shoot YouTube videos. The pile of stuff I just showed you is what I've accumulated since 2016 when I shot my first YouTube video. It's a pile of junk. And pretty much I've had not very good successes with all that stuff. That pile includes 2 GoPro cameras. Yeah, 2 of them. My original good action camera is a Garmin. Yeah, I liked it. It's over there. Another, a Casco, a sack, whatever, a Sacco. It's a sack of something. I've tried several things. Now, my first ever YouTube video was the fall of 2016. My daughter and I fishing. That's what got me started. I didn't know about YouTube. I thought it was a place to store videos. I'm ignorant. Still am. It's been a progression, though. My first camera was actually a camera I have for my taking pictures at the restaurant. A 35mm camera, which I didn't include in that pile. I've got a couple of them since I've been here in 10 years. Once the batteries go bad, you can't get batteries for them. It's just, the whole thing is a mess. And you spend a lot of money. I don't know how much money is in that pile. That pile includes batteries, good and bad, charging stations, which probably all are still good, tons of cables. My gosh, the plethora of cables you go through, and they don't always work for you. Some are data cables, some of them are charging cables, some of them do both. I don't understand that. So this video is actually about this camera right here. It has a point, but I wanted to show all the crap that I've gone through, and I still probably don't have the best camera. I'll go through why, and it's not going to be a very good review. I'm not doing a review from a technical standpoint and how data store and all that crap. I'm going from a guy who doesn't like to press very many buttons. Okay? That's what we're going to talk about, is this camera right here, and that's what we're going to talk about. Yeah, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? Making baits is a priority over making videos right now. So I'm pouring a lot of baits. I mean, my gosh, this is just yesterday's pour. I think I got all these over here too. Yeah. 40 at a time. Anyway, enough of that. So here's the cameras I started out with over the years. Besides, well, this is a really good camera. I've got 2 of them though, and this is the older one. The newer one has quit working with my computer. I don't know why. The battery's still good. It shoots good video. It's waterproof. It's not an action camera, but I'll talk about that a little bit too. I don't know why the other ones quit transferring data. I don't even know where it's at. 2 GoPros. The Garmin, which I really thought was a great camera, but they quit supporting it. Whatever, it was still working fine. All of a sudden, I got support. This little piece of junk here is like a $30 a Casso. I guess it works good for what it is, but it did not work good enough for me. Just a chintzy camera. You got to have some quality. The GoPros, however, are not the quality that I want for shooting YouTube videos. I'll explain a little bit about that before I talk about this camera right here. So as far as cameras right now, this is an Osmo DJI Action 3. It's a couple versions old. I have never bought the latest, greatest version because so many times they're still implementing things. And a guy told me that when I bought those GoPros were 8. 9 had already been out and was fixed and come out with 10. It's having some problem with 9. And of course, I'm cheap and chintzy too. But I still have hundreds and hundreds of dollars in them cameras. And the GoPro is very disappointing. I'll talk about that in a minute. The other camera I'm using right now, it's a cheap, like a Canon knockoff. It's a 5K camera. It isn't horrible. When you're shooting fishing videos, on the water, you have to have the action camera because it goes on a mount. You don't see the chest mount. I like the head mount, but boy, that head bob and dodging can make a mess. My wife will get dizzy and start throwing up on that stuff. It works okay in the kayak, but you got to be careful how you move that head. So there's a lot of things to think about. The action cameras, this small, I'll try to get this one in the picture too, are the best for fishing, for handling. However, they have their setbacks, as is this. This is like a vlogging camera. What's the difference between a vlog and a blog? I haven't figured it out. This is a vlogging camera. I'll take it with me in the boat. Not waterproof. You cannot have a fishing camera that's not waterproof and feel safe about it, right? So, before I review this camera, I'm going to show you something. Here's video of this camera right here. I'm going to throw this one up and we'll see how it compares. I never have done this. I don't hardly use this anymore. Well, let's try this. I had to figure out how to make that one work. I guess it's working. And it shows it filming 4K right now at 30 frames per second. I don't know what that one's set on. I actually turned it down. It takes so long to upload videos at 4K and stuff. I kind of quit doing it. So that's what this one looks like. Now you can compare it directly to what that one looks like. And I'll be able to compare it too. I really don't know. That's what this. Oh, and by the way, there is what the DJI Osmo Action 3 looks like. Just like a GoPro with subtle differences. So we'll talk about this camera now because that's what the whole point of the video is about. Man, I take a long time getting there, don't I? So that camera is pretty chintzy. I don't expect it to last. I quit taking the boat with me. It did some pretty decent footage. I need to be using it in here instead of this one. It just got handy to use this camera. For one thing, they're handy. They go in your pocket. The reason the GoPros suck, and Randy and other people have problem with this, and there are probably ways around this, but as a simple SOB, it's a small Okie Bug spinnerbait. I'm not cussing. There takes some dated stuff there, don't that, Ed Cowan? Yeah, it takes a while to figure that one out. The GoPros are the leader in the industry, but guys, are action cameras. Action meaning they're meant to be moving and doing things. These things get incredibly hot. They get so hot, I brought a couple of them, that they melt the batteries. Went to pull it out of the camera one day and it melted. I've got 3 or 4 of those. GoPro batteries. Actually, the aftermarket batteries did not seem to get so hot. This thing is all swelled up. Junk. Are junk for what fishermen or hunters are needing, where we're not moving. Airflow. Now there's some things they make, and there's actually, you can buy aluminum ones. I may use this year. I got batteries from everything. It helps keep the heat off. They need a heat sink is what they need. I may keep this GoPro. I think it'll fit in there. But the GoPros do several things. They get hot. They lose footage. And you don't know you lost until you do. They shut down. They burn batteries up. They make a lot of heat is the point. But this one does too. This one, I can touch it and it's getting warm. I haven't used it in hot weather yet. It may be just as bad as this. I can't say. The only thing I can say for sure about this DJI Osmo Action 3, man, that's just a lot of stuff to remember. $300-something camera. Same as the GoPros are about. The one thing I can say for sure is it hadn't happened yet, and I haven't lost any footage. It has worked better in the cold weather. That GoPro, it gets down to cold, it just don't film. I had this thing out this winter. Y'all saw me cutting firewood. I never had a problem with it. Okay? Not even close. Another thing that GoPro does when you're filming, it's hard to do. Anytime you change your angle to your face in the camera, the footage, the sound just goes away. It flattens out. Man, you get to where you couldn't hardly hear it, then it come back loud. This one has not done that to me. I think that's huge important. Now, again, this is from a standpoint of I am a push a button and it needs to work kind of guy. Okay? Matter of fact, like my videos I'm shooting right now, when I do the fade outs and the cutaways and the transitions, like this right here, I do that because it breaks up monotony, I think. Plus, it's a one-click deal. It's a drag. in my software. It's too easy to do not take advantage of it a little bit. Now you can overdo that, so I try not to. But it's kind of fun to put a little stuff in there once in a while, isn't it? If y'all don't like it, I'm good with not doing it, because this is y'all's call. So we got a camera that maybe don't overheat as bad as the GoPro, I hope. But so far, no lost footage, better sound, okay? Something else this thing does. Let me get this real quick. Now, I bought this camera last fall. I bought it with a little bundle package. It actually came with a chest mount, shoulder. This is shoulder chest mount. I tried a shoulder. I didn't like it. This one's already getting beat up. I do like it a little bit better than the one that came with it. Multiple adjustable. Fits pretty good. What it has is this piece here. Now, when you put a GoPro on anything, the standard mount system has one of these. And it goes through this, through the camera. That's a standard industry-wide thing. However, this piece here is the Osmo piece. It's magnet. The camera has a magnet. Awesome. So when you want to do anything with this, it has a little clip deal. You squeeze on both ends, but it's still a magnet. I want to stick that to the side of my truck or whatever. I love that. And plus, you don't have to undo that screw every time you want to change the camera or take a battery out. It's pretty genius. The whole deal is set opposite from the battery, so you can change the batteries without pulling the camera off. Okay? And so we're going to talk about batteries. That's probably maybe the best thing about this whole deal. Batteries. GoPro batteries are notoriously suckalicious. They're horrible. Getting a full hour out of one is pretty difficult. Now, I don't film solid anymore. For one thing, the heat buildup in the camera, I've learned that having it on all the time and just cutting away when you want to, it's just hard. So I'll film some fishing stuff. A lot of times you'll see me turn on after I set the hook on a fish, and it costs me a bass once in a while to do that. But these batteries for this Action 3 camera, I haven't never timed one from start. I'll bet you hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes. They're a little bit slightly bigger battery, okay? They don't charge in the same charging stations as these others, as a GoPro. They're a little bit bigger, which I have at least, well, I have 3 of these charging stations, I think. At least 2 for GoPro. Yeah, that's like $80. Whatever. The battery life is better. I shoot in short clips, and I say before I turn the camera off what I caught a fish, talk about something important, or nothing. That way when I go through my footage, that's my redneck way of doing things. I can figure out if I want. I throw a lot of clips away. Probably threw some good clips away over the years. But that's the way I do it. It works for me. You can set these things on a loop. This one I think set on a 5-minute or 10-minute loop where it shuts itself off. The thing is, it shuts itself off the exact wrong time sometimes. I've only done it a couple times where it comes right back on, but you lose weird stuff. It makes for weird editing. So, better battery. Now, I have no sponsorship, nothing. I bought this camera, just like you do, off of Amazon. I said $321 open box, so it saved like $20 or something. Because I'm frugal, tight, cheap, whatever. Camera's building heat up right now. So I'm going to keep doing my wipe away, my clips, and try not to hurt it with the heat. So far, I haven't had a battery stuck in it, but I haven't fished 90-degree day. I fished 80-degree day, and that's what happens here in Missouri. 100 degrees out and high humidity, and those cameras blowing up on me, the battery's swelling up. That's the biggest thing. So far, this had good reviews. It's not, an action camera is not what we need for fishing videos. But this one's working. I'm not losing stuff. The interface or whatever, it's plug and play. There's obviously advantages to it. I don't know the memory. I don't know. And everything's touchscreen, which can be an issue. Once in a while, I click on photo by accident. I end up taking a picture instead of a film. But that's me. That's the redneck, okay? I get that. That's all. That's really, I just want to do that. I promise the guys I do that. Osmo DJI Osmo Action 3 or Osmo DJI. It's obviously Chinese. It's got, whatever. It is what it is. I've got hundreds of dollars in junk over there. I'd like not to do that anymore. I don't want to do with all that junk. Because the GoPros quit working. They probably need updates. I don't know. The chargers are good. The mic system that I bought for that other camera, it doesn't work right. it makes everything. I can't figure out how to make it not have reverberation. Last, like both mics working at once. They make one specifically for this camera for $90. I may try that someday where I can film off my YOLO stick from the back of the boat and talk from the front. But that's just $90 for mics. Frugal, remember? Yeah. I'm going to go make some baits. That's what I do anymore. It's raining. My boat will be done next day or so, but I'm gonna make baits and talk about cameras some other time. Maybe let me know what y'all are thinking. Let me know what you use for fishing. I need a waterproof camera that I can wear that doesn't get hot and has a long battery life. Ain't gonna happen. I get it. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what's going on.